Okay, now we're going to look at some examples of why it's important to be concise in our writing. Wordiness is a problem. No one wants to read a convoluted sentence that is full of way more words than are necessary. People want to read concise, to the point, straightforward writing. I mean, we want to include specific details and good specific examples, but that's not the same thing as using wordy phrases. And let's take a look at what I mean. Buffy is of the opinion that the minimum wage should be higher than it currently is. Now, we have some wordy phrases in this sentence that are really just taking up space, and if we take them out, it doesn't change the meaning of the sentence. We can rewrite it to be more concise. For example, Buffy is of the opinion that. What's another way to say is of the opinion that? Couldn't you just say thinks? Doesn't that mean exactly the same thing to say Buffy thinks? The minimum wage should be higher than it currently is. Well, if you're saying that it's higher, isn't it assumed then you're talking about it's higher than it currently is? So we can also scratch this out. So now we could simply say Buffy thinks the minimum wage should be higher. Well, that's a much more concise sentence. It's much more pleasant to read. It doesn't have all that filler in it. Let's take a look at another one. Due to the fact that the pantry is very empty of food, I will go to the supermarket in the near future. Now, does anyone really talk that way? That is clearly a wordy sentence. These are the kind of sentences we see when you have an assignment to write a 2-page essay and you've only got a page and a half and you're trying to add in those filler words. Well, I think it's always better to look for more specific details and more specific examples than to rely on filler words as a kind of crutch. So let's get rid of the filler words and see if we can make this sentence more interesting. Due to the fact that the pantry is very empty of food. Due to the fact that is a very wordy phrase that simply means what? Because or since. I think I like since better. Since the pantry is very empty of food. First of all, can something be very empty? Let's just take out. And then what else would a pantry have in it besides food? So can't we just scratch that out too? Since the pantry is empty, we're already getting more concise. I will go to the supermarket in the near future. Well, the whole sentence is establishing the sense of urgency involved in the pantry situation, so we don't really need this in the near future. Since the pantry is empty, I will go to the supermarket. Much more concise, much more interesting, and much closer to the way that we actually speak to one another. So your reader is going to find that more interesting. So remember to be concise.